G'day my friends, Marty Ware here from Marty's Garden. I've got another vlog for you today. It's a pretty interesting vlog. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about how many worms do you need to start a worm farm. Now, I'm around at my friend's place, his name's Warwick, we all call him Woz. He's one of my customers, bought his worms off me originally. It's funny, I'm going back to get worms from him because I don't want to attack too many of my sort of like populations at the moment. And we're doing a trade. I've got 2 bags of compost and a dozen eggs. I'll just show you the eggs. You really got to see these. Oh, here we go. Check this out. It's like all from the girls at home. Beautiful, great size eggs. Look at the shell on them. And they're all pretty much the same size. We got our double yolkers last week, which were just amazing, 2 in a row. And as I like to say, and I'll show you the compost. Oh, these weigh a ton. 2 of these. Now, that's a deal. And I've got my gloves, well, 1 glove. I stole it off Karen. And we're going to go in and get some compost worms and show you his farm. There's a few other things you're going to learn along the way. All right, let's go. Action. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to film over here with Woz, and we're going to get some of these worms out and put them into one of my buckets to take back to my worm farms that I'm going to re-establish because I've got new worm farms setting up at home. And I'm going to show you inside because he's got a special type of worm farm that go into garden beds, and it's an underground worm farm, a permaculture worm farm. And it was about maybe a year and a half ago or a year ago he purchased 1,000 worms. Now he's got beyond numbers that he can even use himself, and it's time to raid the numbers and get some more worms going. Let's go.
I need to go and get some more of that bark chip.
The bark chip to put around.
Oh, around there. Plus I also need to get rid of some of the layers out of that farm there.
Okay. Did you know I'm filming, Woz?
No.
I am. So we're grabbing as many tips as we can at the moment. So this is, what is this originally?
Oh, that's one of those tumbleweeds.
It's an old compost tumbler.
Yeah, compost tumbler.
Which is really good because it's got a good lid and it's got the air vents and stuff. And you're not too fussy with how you do it, are you? You just sort of throw scraps in and things. And so he's going in barehanded to look at the numbers here. And if you go down, you can see the whole thing's pretty much alive.
Oh, look at him in there.
And they're squirreling and crawling. And you've got a lot of little babies in there. When you start getting huge numbers in farms, they stay smaller for some reason. But you can see they're all congregating in that one section there, worm boiling. And did I forget my container?
No, it's behind me.
Right, I'll grab it. Whoa, awesome. Thank you very much. That'll get that new worm farm underway. Got a whole new, that'll be heaps, I suppose.
Sure?
Yeah, I can always throw a few more if you don't mind. That's awesome, yeah.
They'll come back.
I think we've probably got...
There's probably another half of many back in here.
Yeah, we'll just leave those. That'll be enough. So there's probably...
How many you reckon's in there?
Oh, you weigh them and get a certain weight, but they'd be about 2,000, I would say. Yeah, thank you very much. That's a good deal. 2 bags of compost and a dozen eggs. Thank you very much. I guess the lid on there, we'll just ask him what he's feeding the compost worms. Can we leave that open?
It's winter time, they're not eating a lot, but that's a bit of weed that grows out of the grass.
Yeah.
But it's actually an edible, I'm pretty sure it's an edible thing. Like if you wanted to eat it yourself, I think you could.
Okay.
But
You've got to be careful telling people what to eat and what not to eat. It almost looks like a watercress.
yeah, it's
sort of
something
thing,
similar.
it?
Yeah. But I just usually chuck the scraps from home. Like I've got containers up there. I just any veggie scraps.
Right.
I just chuck them in.
Any favourite foods that you think they like here more than others?
Oh, they love rice.
The white rice.
Yeah.
The sugars.
Yeah, they love rice.
But if we dig through, is there any like in the garden at the moment? It's pretty cold. They're probably staying where the heat is because it's pretty cold, and we need some more wood chip down in here really to mulch it around. But they were in here before, weren't they?
They were. Yeah. But as you said, they're probably gone somewhere to stay. Maybe that's why they're all in there together, keeping warm.
Could be. Yeah, awesome. Thanks for that, Wasson.
No worries, mate.
Do you remember those long summers? We played water fights, stayed up at night and dreamed of ways through the world. I still remember the first time I kissed you, the look on your face as I grazed your lips with my lips. Our worlds collided. Those were the days when everything was possible. Our dreams were alive. We had a fire inside. Those were the days. Those were the days.
G'day, my friends. I just got back from Waz's house and had a cup of tea. We talked about some gardening and some other things that are going on, a bit of surfing and stuff like that, and thought I better get back and finish this video and talk about how many worms you need for your worm farms and why. Because this can be a common mistake when starting out worm farming. You see, we start off generally with around about 1,000 worms. Some people start off with around about 500. Now that can be a little bit low in the beginning if you're not in a hurry to get a good population going, because they breed about 3 to 1. So after about 3 months, you know, you've got a mature worm that'll lay about 2 cocoons a week, sometimes 3 if you're lucky, and can have anywhere from 1 to 7 worms in it, right? And some will escape, some will die, some will, you know, grow faster than others, some will breed quicker than others, different times a year, all that. So the perfect number is generally about 1,000 worms. And the reason why we do that is because when we start off at the beginning, you really don't want to get too many, because if you have problems with your worm farm, which is really common at the beginning, you could lose your money and lose your dough. So if you get 1,000, if you lose that $35 to $50, depending on what you've spent on your compost worms, it's not such a big blow like if you buy 3,000 or something like that, which is really too many to put in a worm farm because they'll breed up too quickly and not have enough space. So the 1,000 is a very, very good number, or you could buy 500 worms and then 500 cocoons, and that'll come along at an okay number as well. Now in winter and things like that, they're a bit slower. Around about autumn time, in autumn and spring, they're doing really well. In some places in summer, it can be just way too hot. So that's the recommended number. Now, if you're really keen on learning how to farm worms, you don't want to have those problems, I've got a course over at martysgarden.com.au. I'm going to leave a link in the description. I'm actually not going to be running this course forever. I'm thinking about actually like just removing it and not paying for the hosting and stuff like that when that comes up. I'm not sure when that finishes, but I think it's about 3 or 4 months of it still left. So it's only around about, it's just, you know, it's under $30 US. I think it's actually about 29 Aussie dollars. So pretty cheap if you're in the US, and you can learn everything you need to know about worm farming and set up your systems and get it all going and really have a good productive worm farm and not come across those problems. So, if you're enjoying the videos, you're liking the vlogs, give us the big thumbs up. We've got the bush rangers, what do they call them over in America? I forget now, but we're going to do the double big barrel thumbs up, which I always like to do. We'll go, bring on please, ready Mr. Music. Subscribe if you haven't already, because more cool educational content coming your way. Lots of fun from Marty's Garden. Have a great day. Ready, please, Mr. Music? Theme song. Digging the theme song. Have a great day. Happy gardening. Please high five me at the end when I come through.
You remember
Leave a comment down below. Bye
those
for
long
now.
summers. We played water fights, stayed up at night, and dreamed of ways through the world. I still remember the first time I